Hi there, Dr. Vicki Lemper here with the Shift Happens channel. Today, we're going to talk about 3D circumstances. We often talk about that gives us feedback, which it does, right? But sometimes we get in our head a little too much and we overanalyze what we think the 3D is telling us, right? And so I want to talk about that and really I might get a little bit all over the place and kind of go into acceptance as well, but it all relates. So let's get into it. But before we do, go ahead and like, share, and comment. That's how we build our community. It's how I get my message out. And I so appreciate you doing that. Also, if you need help on this journey, I have been through it all, right? And I'm still going through it. I still have things that I'm going through and working through. That's what we do, right? But if you need help with that, I am happy to help you with that. Go ahead and contact me at shifthappenslifecoaching@gmail.com. All right, let's get into it. All that information is below in the description box anyway. Okay, so 3D circumstances. And I'm talking, it could be, you could feel good or feel bad, whatever it is, people, places, things. And I will always tell you to accept it just the way it is, right? Try not to attach meaning to it. When we attach meaning to it, it means we have an emotional attachment to it. So let's say you're in the midst of trying to manifest an SP or money or whatever, right? And then something comes up and maybe you saw somebody talking to somebody else and you're like, oh my gosh, they're talking about me poorly. Let's say it's a work situation. Well, first of all, you don't know what they're talking about, right? But since you're kind of in that lack feeling and you're seeing an event go on, you're seeing two people, maybe one person that you're having trouble with, and one person might be your confidant, and they're talking together, and you're like, uh-oh, they're talking crap about me or whatever. And it's because you're feeling a little lack, you're interpreting that situation to go against you. Now, again, the beauty of all of this manifesting thing, no matter what, it always goes back to you. So you have to go back and start giving yourself what you are needing from them. So you see a situation where someone that you're struggling with and your confidant talking, and you're interpreting it as a negative event, like they're talking about you. Well, what is it that you would prefer? What do you need from them? Maybe you need to be valued, to be heard. Whatever it is, you have to give to yourself, right? And so it always goes back to you, right? So you have to validate yourself. Well, what does that mean? You have to see the beauty in you, the value that you add to the world, to the job, to the friendships, to the relationships, to the money, to the everything. And you see it in every instance, in every area of your life, and you see the value of you adding to the world, and it's going to reflect back to you. Now, let's take another example. So maybe you are feeling pretty good about yourself. You're not even really, you want to manifest a few things in your life, but you're not even really thinking about it that much, which is a really great place to be in, because that's when it really happens. And that's where I want you to get to. And actually, the more powerful stance is when you're walking through life and you see events, places, people, and events and things, and it might appear to be negative, right? But you don't interpret it that way. In fact, you're neutral. You accept it right there and then. You're like, oh, all right, that happened. And you move along and you don't dwell on it. You don't think about it. You don't overanalyze. You don't attach a bunch of stories to it. You just go, oh, okay, those two people are talking. Okay, well, I'm going to move on. I've got my agenda, my focus is I've got to get this done. I've got to do this. This is what I'm doing. And if somebody wants to come along for the ride, great. But if not, I'm going to continue down this road. Okay, so what that means is you're accepting the 3D circumstances as neutral, no meaning, and you accept it just the way it is and you move on with your life. That is powerful. Now, when you want to kind of analyze it, is when it's a tendency, when things start to pop up and you start to notice yourself attaching these stories to these events. That's when you need to look inside yourself and go, okay, what is it that I'm needing from this? Or what is it that I'm missing from this event that I need to give myself? Okay, so if it's a tendency that comes into your life, then you can kind of analyze and go, there's some feedback here I need to start looking at. If it's a one-time event where it's like boom, 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 I wouldn't even, just neutral, just accept it and be like, yeah, that happened. So what? Moving on. I got my life. They got theirs. I'm moving on. I'm good. I'm good. And whatever it is that you're needing from that person, place, or thing, and you encounter an event that might reflect a negative storyline associated with that thing that you're trying to manifest, just whatever it is that you need from it, then just give it to yourself right there. Like if it's safety, you just go, you know what? I'm safe. Let's say I am not feeling good about things at work. And I talk to my friend, and then my friend is like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then you see this friend, your confidant, talking to the person that you're struggling with. And you're like, wow, if you just accept it and be like, okay, and accept it. And then if you feel yourself teeter-tottering, like, ooh, they might be talking shit about me. Well, then that's when you're just like, I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm heard. I'm valued. I'm valued. Whatever it is that you're needing, you give it to yourself right there. And that's all you say to yourself. I'm valued. I'm good. I'm valued. I'm good. I'm safe. I'm safe. I've got God right here. I'm safe. God is working through me as me. Life is working. Life is coming through me, not to me. All right. Go ahead and talk. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm safe. And you just affirm that way. Those are the most affirmations come naturally. And sometimes you have to conjure it up. Well, if safety is what you want, then give it to yourself and say, I am safe. I am safe. I'm good. I am safe. If being valued is what you need in life, I'm valued. I'm heard. I'm respected. I'm seen. I belong. You just keep affirming that way. Affirmations will come. See, I told you I was going to be all over the place. It's like acceptance, affirmations, attachments, but all those things, it really is, that's where you want to be, is in that neutral state where you just accept 3D just the way it is and you move on. You don't linger. You don't add stories. You don't attach any emotional ties or stories or longings or like regret or resentment or rejection. No, you just say, oh, let's say the worst fear does come true and those two people are talking smack about you. You're like, well, that's on them. I don't feel that way about myself. I know what's true. And I'm energetic. I'm love. I'm seen. I'm valued. I belong. And watch what happens. When you start affirming and accepting 3D just the way it is, and you go about your business and you don't attach those negative storylines, things will pop up and come to you that you never even thought you needed or wanted. It is that powerful. And once you get the hang of this, it really is that easy. It really is. We try to make things harder than what it is, but it really is just in every single moment. You accept it and you attach your own story of, I'm safe. I am loved. I belong. I am here. I am needed. I am necessary. I am my priority. Whatever it is that you need to say, that you are longing, because we want to manifest things because we think that things are going to give us that feeling of happiness, love, joy, whatever. We give it to ourselves, right? Have you ever bought a car? Yeah, it feels good. It might even feel good a few times after. It might, every now and then you get a spark of, hey, this is a cool car. But it kind of loses its luster after a bit. That's why the things that we're trying to manifest, those are conditional. The only thing you need to give is it in yourself. That doesn't mean that you can't have those things, because it is your birthright. You can have whatever you want because those things do make life enjoyable. But just know it's not sustaining. The only thing that's sustaining is you and your thoughts, your words, and your emotions that are attached to God, that source. All right. I know this set well with people, kind of went all over the place, but this is kind of where I'm at, where I'm going, what I'm going through, and what I'm hearing from my clients. Listen, I appreciate all of you liking, sharing, and commenting. And I appreciate all my clients. We're having a lot of fun, but we're also digging deep and really making some serious insights. And it really is really simple. Okay. But I get it because I made it hard. Jeez, I made it hard for a long time. All right. All right. If you need help, go ahead and contact me at shifthappenslifecoaching@gmail.com. Until next time, thank you so much. All right. Bye-bye.